we have with us Gaurav and Divya Garg, co-founders of LetsLocalise, an innovative startup that is working to combat the increasing funding shortages currently affecting the UK education sector by providing an online platform for schools to connect with their local communities. Thank you so much for being with us, Gaurav and Divya. So first of all, could you tell us a little bit more about LetsLocalise and where the original idea came from?
Thank you, Emily. Thank you for having us. The start of the original idea lies in our intent and ambition of building connected communities. We always wanted to be able to give back to society. Being parents of young children who go to school, we realized firsthand the challenges schools were facing. We started investigating, we did some surveys and realized that there is a plethora of goodwill that lies in our community and that's going wasted at the moment. We wanted to build a digital platform that created many meaningful form of interaction and collaboration, contribution from humans and wanted to use technology to route that contribution over to the schools. That's how this whole thing started. Our surveys that we did extensively in this area of Reading, Wokingham, etc., very clearly articulated and highlighted that people want to give back but just don't have a way or a platform to do so. And schools clearly have a need for it. So it was quite a simple concept where we wanted to put a digital platform in place in order to build some sustainability and sustainable development. And at the same time, build what we called a participatory economic model where everybody participates and the economy sort of takes off on that basis. Want to add something?
Yeah, so firstly, thanks, Emily, for having us. And LetsLocalise, as the name suggests, we wanted to build something at a community level. We wanted to build a connected community for all the social challenges we face so that we are more capable and we are more able to kind of deal with them. And we wanted to start with schools because we know that the children are the most important asset of any country. And hence we started with school. And then, considering we have 2 young children, we are very close to education system, and we realize that a lot of things that society has and all the social capital that we have, we can easily channelize it to schools, and that way we will be able to empower the educators and enhance the learning. And that is where everything kind of came together, and that's how we conceptualize the idea of LetsLocalise.
Yeah, in simple terms, if you look at it, this is a digital platform where innovators like us, we come together with the users, being schools and the community, and where we can co-create knowledge and at a rapid scale and then grow at a rapid scale, which is where the diffusion concept lies. At the moment, we are piloting this thing in Wokingham area, and we will be looking to start diffusing out, post-COVID as things settle down within a few months. And just kind of diffuse, get people to co-create and use the knowledge that's on the platform and just reach out to as many schools through the community.
Brilliant. Well, that quite easily brings me on to my next question. So one of the biggest struggles that many startups face is the logistics of scaling the venture. So what do you see as the main obstacles to scaling LetsLocalise, and how do you intend to deal with them when they come up?
Yeah, so these are what we have is very unique, Emily, in the sense that we are trying to create a hyper-connected community. And as is normally common with any of the digital platforms, both sides, all sides of the platform have to grow at the same time. You cannot have a situation where one side grows more than the other. And then you take example of Uber or Airbnb or whatever. As you get more drivers on the platform, more passengers come. As you get more passengers on the platform, more drivers automatically will come. And as each of them come on the platform, the value to the existing players increases. Likewise, on our platform, as more parents or more community comes on the platform, schools will benefit. And as more schools come on the platform, more parents will benefit because they'll be able to contribute to a wider array of schools. And as these two grow, the corporates and the businesses and the charities can come to offer their CSRs and reach out to these schools and offer more of it. So the challenge, I think scaling will automatically happen. It's just a case of making sure that we put really very simple features, yet powerful features that can allow people to co-create, come together, and be able to offer their contributions and be able to measure the impact of those contributions. And as long as that happens and people are able to see, things will start to move together. So we're trying to put those, as I call, different logs in the fire. It's just a matter of when these logs will catch fire from all directions, and slowly, just things will start to, what we call network effect in our academics world will happen at that point in time.
Yeah, and there's one slide in our corporate deck where we, if I just help you visualize it, we have a central cog, which is a school. And around that, we have different cogs like alumni, parents, businesses, charities, and government. So as you said, what is the challenge? So what we are trying to do, we are trying to give a steady spin to each cog. And if you're able to give that steady spin to each cog, then what will happen once all the cogs start moving, the school will, which is sitting right at the center, that will be nurtured. And yes, our challenge right now is creating that awareness. And people love our platform. So we have got 2 national leaders in the area of education who are endorsing our product, and they are taking our product to their schools. Schools absolutely love it. Community-minded people, they love it. We have got some lovely testimonials on our website. They all love it. But what we are struggling is, as Professor Besson says, is a missing middle. And I think that's a lovely place to be in. And everybody has to go through that. And right now we are sitting there and we are just trying to make those lovely collaborations with organizations, with charities, with businesses, so that we can kind of get into the diffusion where awareness is created and there are more users of the platform. And then automatically the schools get the benefit out of it.
And if you see, Emily, what's the beauty of the platform that we are trying to build, and we are doing it consciously, is the information asymmetry that you have on the platform. So I, as a parent, may go on the platform assuming that I wanted to or offer a certain thing, whether it's time, money, skills, or whatever, to a certain school. But when I get on the platform, I find that there are many more types of different campaigns and events and activities that I can actually participate in and contribute a lot more, provided I'm willing to these schools, and many more schools. And likewise for the corporates, we have some idea as a corporate, we want to do certain CSR activities, but once they get on the platform, a world of opportunities will open up for them, and they'll be able to offer their CSRs in many different ways. So this asymmetric information makes it that much more unique and that much more exciting, because as you get on the platform, you'll explore many more different ways. And then the goodwill that lies within the communities, and there's a lot of it. We're trying to democratize it. We're just trying to make sure that most of the schools are able to benefit from it, or more of the schools are able to benefit from it, rather than the only ones that you and I are normally working with. But on a platform, I can reach out to many more schools and be able to offer my skills to all of them and have a wider impact because of it.
Thank you. That's beautifully put. Some lovely pictures there. Looking forward, do you have a picture in your mind's eye of where you want Let's Localise to be in 5 years' time, say? Do you have specific goals in mind for where you want to be?
Yeah, definitely. We have this is a huge, it's a very ambitious program, and we have very big ambitions and huge, significant vision in mind. We are starting in the Wokingham area. We want to make sure that we establish ourselves, become world famous in Wokingham, as one of our advisors always suggests. So we establish ourselves in this area, and we are building partnerships, strategic partnerships as we go along. So that's going to happen. As we establish ourselves doing this, we would then want to make sure that we cover Berkshire over the next maybe year or so, following which we grow nationally. And as we grow nationally and we establish the concept, prove the concept across different counties, it can then be moved to different sectors. Whether it's NHS or charities or other sectors, you can easily move that out to other sectors and geographies for that matter. In 5 years' time, we expect to be a multi-sector, multi-geography organization offering this in different places and similar kind of help. As I said, we're trying to democratize a goodwill that lies, and we just want to make sure most of the people and many more people can use it, and we create a level playing field for schools across the globe. Some schools, because of their connections, existing connections, are able to reach out much further and get access to the help from corporates in the community, whereas some other schools lag behind. We're just trying to level the playing field and make sure that everybody who wants to help schools is able to do so, irrespective of the existing connections. So quite deep, strong ambitions. And Divya is somebody who's lives and dreams and breathes this. You may add some more light to it.
So I made a promise to myself, Emily, that I want to impact 1 million children in next 5 years. And it is there stated on our website. So that's the mission. And Let's Localise is not a business, it's a movement. And with every movement, it is a community. It's a community activism where like-minded people have to come along, join the movement. And we want to impact positively 1 million children in next 5 years. And as Gaurav said, we also want to reach out to other entities like NHS. So like how we have school on the platform, broadcasting their financial and non-financial needs. Likewise, we can then extend this to NHS, and NHS in every area, they can do the same. They can broadcast their needs. And again, community can come around and support them, whichever way they want to do. So we have got a roadmap for next couple of years where these are the things that we want to do to take Let's Localise to areas like NHS and schools and maybe into charities going forward.
And in order to just sort of summarize this, if you are able to mobilize large communities and maybe facilitate resource sharing and move the power downwards from a centralized way to a decentralized, localized manner, I think that's the vision, that's the aim. That'll be a winner. So basically, mobilizing large communities together, enabling, facilitating resource sharing, and pushing the power within that community is the idea.
Yep. And see, what happens is if at a community level, we are able to help each other, we are happier, we are healthier, and we are safer, we will be able to take care of the entire country. So it has to start at a community level. And we all have to come, and we all have a role to play. And that is what platform is all about.
Absolutely fascinating. Thank you so much for that. That's quite moving, Divya. So Let's Localise is particularly current in that it draws, as you said, on a whole ecosystem of users rather than a straightforward, two-sided marketplace type approach. Do you see your network-based approach as part of a growing trend in platform innovations moving forward?
Yes, I think the technology is definitely out there now, which will allow multiple sides and multiple parties to come on the platform and interact with each other. So if you look at a small vision that we painted of schools, community, and corporates, you could have multi-sided interactions happening. So community to schools, community to community, and you have corporates to community, corporates to schools. And all these things are quite common, will be happening going forward. It's definitely a growing movement. Yes, that's definitely going to happen.
So perhaps before we finish, could you perhaps talk us through some of the particular challenges that you might have faced or that you foresee facing, and benefits of working with an entire network of users with all those conflicting, varying roles to play?
Right, so lots of challenges, Emily. when you start a fresh challenge, typical startup challenges obviously exist. Your financial challenges and exciting people and to join and work with you. Those kind of challenges, that's common to everything. But in case of network digital platforms sort of challenges, you have to convince both sides, multiple sides, to come on the platform, and then paint a picture of how the whole thing will come together. We decided to take the plunge. I left my job almost a year ago. Divya left hers about 2.5 years ago to just dedicate full time to build this. It was quite clear that unless until we had a working prototype, a working model, a pilot to go out to, it'll be difficult to convince people that this is the right thing to do, which is what we did. We have a lovely prototype, a lovely pilot that we have gone out to the market with. We wanted to make sure that this is one of its kind in terms of UI, user experience, and the journeys are all well thought out, and the journeys actually cover all aspects, including the engagement. The purpose of the success of the platform lies solely on the emotional connect users form with the platform. We have to make sure that they come back on the platform multiple times, not in an idle way, but in a meaningful way, where they come and interact and do something with the platform, contribute time, money, skills, or whatever. And for that, we have come up with a very, very good behavior science-based model. We are using a framework called EAST, but the idea is to get that model engaging, get people to come on the platform. So that has been a bit of a challenge to build those nudges in, which will encourage people to come back on the platform on multiple times. Other big challenge is one of our constituents are schools, and schools, as you know, as a primary teacher, are extremely busy. People don't have as much time, and for them to be able to come on the platform and buy into it and spend the time has been challenging, although they realize the benefits of it. So getting them to overcome that has been a bit of a chance. But then we have now, once they start to seed, once they realize that more of the schools and more of the community users come on the platform, more powerful it become. It definitely is moving in that direction. What else? Yeah. What are the challenges?
I think one, as Gaurav pointed out, it's the awareness. So people want to help. We all know that, and we can currently see the compassion that is in the air. Everybody is supporting charities and coming out and helping. But it's all it's not fragmented. It's not a collective effort. So everybody is doing everything, and they not too many people know about Let's Localize, that this is how they can help their schools, local schools, vulnerable children in their neighborhood. So I think that's where we are struggling. Although we are doing a lot of things, digital marketing and everything, but getting out to the people, getting out to the community is a challenge at this point.
Yeah. So if you see, our aim is to make sure that we get citizens to participate, to become direct participants in solving social challenges, social problems, societal challenges that we have. And we want citizens to be directly participative in solving and overcoming these things. And the challenge with that is everybody comes and asks us, how are you going to make money from this? Why are you doing this? And the honest answer is, it's a network effect. As more people come on the platform, automatically it'll become self-sustaining. We have a very minimum fees that we have for this, but as the corporates come on the platform, we'll take some fees from the corporates. It's totally free for the schools. Schools are the beneficiaries, and hence there's nothing for the schools to lose. But that has always been a question, even from the schools. Why are you doing this? And when we tell them that we are trying to do this to make sure 1 million kids in the UK are benefited from it, that's one answer. But the question is, as we get more of the schools and more of the users, even with the nominal fee that we keep, I think it'll become self-sustaining just because of the sheer numbers.
So we were talking about the technology. Mm-hmm. So we are currently trying to use state-of-art technology. We are getting AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning into it. We have a behavior scientist as part of our team. So what we want to do is, Emily, going forward, we will study you as a user. We will see which sort of campaigns you have supported in the past, which schools you're following. Basis that, we are going to make those meaningful engagements and nudges to you. So if you're living in Scotland, I'm not going to share campaigns which are being published in London because we see that's not relevant to you. Unless until you're an alumni of that school. And those details we are capturing as part of the profile. So we wanted to very, very meaningful engagement on the platform. We want to know what our users like and what they want. And hence, this is how we are going to make it very, very, very engaging. And the other thing, what we realized was there was a point in our life when my two boys were going to two different schools. And you can imagine how bad it was as parents to manage two activities, two schools, and how you go around supporting them. And that's when we said, now using this platform, I can support a school in Scotland if I had been there or my dad has been to that school. And also I can support schools that my children are going to, and also schools that I have been to. Now I can do all of that on one platform. Yes, schools in Scotland, I can't go and volunteer them, but I can support their campaigns financially. However, schools which are close to me, I can do volunteering or expert time. So this is how the platform now enables you, and it extends your reach to schools across the country.